Well, I can talk about green hydrogen. You see, a lot of countries chose a path where they would go to other, transition periods and then go to green. Wherein my understanding is that when PM announced from the ramparts of the Red Fort when he was addressing the nation, he talked about a green hydrogen mission directly. And I recall there were two, three components to that. One is that the government's own pursuance of green hydrogen was, I think, segmented into six different ministries. Petroleum and Natural Gas was one of them. I should like to think, but since I am the Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister, that our ministry has really made remarkable progress on that. I mean, we have done two or three things. IOCL has produced a green hydrogen fuel cell bus on which I have been visiting dignitaries around Delhi. When the Bhutan Prime Minister came, we took him. One of those buses is on display here. Today they were displaying green hydrogen fuel cell, golf carts, a drone powered by green hydrogen. But I think the more remarkable thing is that we not only had the six ministries or six government department demarcation, we also introduced a PLI scheme, I think 19,700 crores, out of which we were able to get money for electrolyzer manufacturers. And that's been, I think, fully exhausted the PLI scheme on the electrolyzer part. Secondly, I think we have succeeded in bringing the cost of green hydrogen down. I'll share with you very frankly, when I first had a conversation with the American Energy Secretary, Jennifer Greenhalgh, she talked, and this is very new when I was in 2021, she talked about 1 for 1 for 1. What she meant was 1 kilo of green hydrogen for $1 in a period of 10 years. Now that seemed a long haul, because when I looked around the world, I found that the cheapest rate on 1 kilo of green hydrogen was something like $5.43, which was somewhere where in Australia somebody had got it. So we issued, we took that up as a challenge. We issued 3 tenders, and we have brought the price down from $5.53. There was one 10 KTPA green hydrogen tender issued by IOCL. Then there was 5 KTPA by BPCL, 5 KTPA by HPCL, and we have succeeded in bringing the cost to less than $4 a kilogram. Now, it is less than 4, which is between 3 and 4. My sense is that if we can bring it down to below 3, if it comes to 2, 2.5, since we spend $150 billion of money on imports of energy, there will be a public policy pressure saying you shift to green hydrogen, because your buses on green hydrogen will just produce water vapor in the air. So it's a very good journey. One of the tenders, I think, was won by L&T. Another one was by it's a new Abu Dhabi-based company. But what assures me, since it's come below $4, $3 to $4, is that we have the capacity, thanks to our energy infrastructure and our commitment to green hydrogen, to expand, replicate, and scale this up. So therefore, I'm hoping that the target that we have of 5 million metric tons by 2030 is not only achievable, it might appear conservative. But meanwhile, some of our companies are actively selling green ammonia to Unipar in Germany, to the Singaporeans, and they have brought the cost down to less than 51,000 rupees a kilogram, one of the lowest costs of green ammonium in globally. So I think I've tried to as best to answer your question. I don't want to compare it with what other countries do. Partly as a minister, I'm not going to say, well, I'll tell you frankly, I think green hydrogen and green ammonium, green hydrogen in particular, lends itself for success in a country like India. Why do I say that? You have a large population base, you have a growing energy demand, you have local demand, local production, and local consumption. In this in particular, some of our facilities which use, what is that called, that pump storage, Whereas you take water up to 2,500 feet, drop it, generate energy, it gets stored in a this thing. So at night, when you don't have solar energy, you can utilize that, and that water keeps getting recycled. So I think it's a success. I think the prices of when I see the prices that they've contracted, I think in the times to come, prices will come even more down.